Hi everybody, Foggy Michael here. Welcome to another of my videos. Today I'm going to talk about my book, The Autobiography of Foggy Michael. What went into it and how it actually started. It began with my robbing a hospital pharmacy in 1980. I robbed the usual things, morphine, dilaudid, but especially the cocaine. IV forms, powdered forms. Cocaine is a local anesthetic, used only in hospitals. It is applied to certain areas of the body, for example, the mouth, the nose, or the throat, to cause loss of feeling or numbness. It is a topical anesthetic and is injected just as lidocaine is injected into your gums for dental surgery. You don't feel it when they give it to you. Don't worry about that. And it was a good thing that I got caught. When I went to jail, everyone in the 4 cell blocks where I was knew that I was coming in because I had made the TV news and also the newspaper. I was a hero to them, believe that or not. A little further on in that incarceration, guys wanted to hear the story from me, the horse's mouth. And I told it a few times. And the guys around me, they were all junkies and addicts like me. They were actually drooling about this. It got upsetting to me. I wasn't proud of this at all. I had gotten caught, but it had saved my life. Eventually, I decided to write down what happened. Then if someone was interested, they could read about it, and I was done talking about it. After that, I decided to write the next chapter in the book, which is titled now Incarcerated. And there, I had met my friend Bobby Pensanti. I knew him from Bridgeport. He was in for some crazy larceny. He was a junkie just like I am. And that's when I was tested for Mensa. In quarantine, in prison, they test you every way to Sunday. All different types of things, psychological, medical, you name it. And one day they wanted me to take an IQ test, and so I said, I'm going to do a good job on this, because I had been incarcerated already for 16 months. My mind was clear, and I took the IQ test, and right away he checked the answers, and he said, I can't believe this, Gator, unbelievable score you got. He said, I know you, I know it's true, but they're not going to believe it when they see it. And sure enough, I was called right down the next day to the head psychologist, and we went over the test. He was sure I cheated, and I said, hey, start anywhere and ask me 5 questions. We'll see what happens. So he asks me 5, and I got them right. And the test was proctored. You can bet your tail on that because we also had a guard in the room, or there may have been 2. So that's how I qualified for Mensa, which I met my wife through. My first wife, my only wife, and I hope I never have another one. After I got out of jail, I was married, and I started writing chapters before and after the robbery chapter. And I wrote them out all longhand until later someone gave me a computer. And now I entered them in the machine and had them stored there, and it was pretty cool. However, I lost the whole book several times. One time someone stole the computer. Another time everything was mislaid. It was impossible. I managed to get a copy of what I had from AdCare, believe it or not. And so I was on my way. But I didn't really start seriously writing until maybe 2005. And then I did. I said, I'm going to just complete this, right? Before and after in chronological order. And it wasn't that hard to do. I used to meditate. I used to think about my mother a lot and my father, especially when I was thinking about my childhood and writing that out. And I would say, Mom, what happened then? What did they say? Do you remember what Seta said? How about that doctor? And a lot of things will come to me. So it may be confabulation or not, but one way or another, I got it all written out. And coming up toward 2013, I decided I was going to publish the book. I added an overdose summary because I had overdosed over 30 times on heroin, cocaine, pills, this and that. I remembered before the overdose, maybe it was after the overdose, and I was revived with Narcan. It happened so many times. So I added that chapter. I also added one, professional doctor shopping information. I got the book ready to publish. I had to get a copyright for the book. I put it on Amazon. It took a lot of work, but I finally uploaded the whole thing. I hit the enter key, and I was scared. I was scared to finally put it out there to the world, but nothing happened. Nothing happened. And then after Amazon sold out the copies they had printed, they wouldn't print anymore. And I made it into an ebook, which is now available for $3.99. That's pretty much the whole story. There was quite a lot of frustration, a lot of fun. I did a lot of it while I was high, but when I finally edited it, I wasn't high at all. So, thanks for listening, everybody. Have a good one. Bye-bye from Foggy.